Hey friends, welcome back. I just dropped my daughter off to school, so I have a couple of hours of free time, and I figured why not run to Walmart and show you some of my favorite money saving tips. I have about 5 that I like to use to try to keep my grocery budget as low as possible. So let's head on in and see what kind of savings we can get into. So tip number 1 on savings is whenever you get to your store, see how your store is laid out. So for me, all the frozen items are at the front of the store and all the box items are at the back of the store. So I make sure to make my way to the back of the store first so nothing melts on the way to the checkout. So if I know I need to pick up something that is frozen, I'll definitely start at the back of the store first and work my way up. So the second aisle here is going to have all the breakfast things and then all of like the ice cream and things like that. A tip that I've seen some people do is to get the frozen fruit and vegetables whenever they are not in season. That can save you some money there. You can put these in your smoothies in the morning, or you can just use the sides for dinner. I love this medley mix. This is one of my favorites. I just add that in with some oil and some Cajun season, and it's a really easy side. So I just had to take a second and laugh at this because my fall desserts video, if you have not seen that, I could not find marshmallows anywhere, and now they have this entire section here. I don't know what these are. They look interesting, but at the same time they look like astronaut food. If anybody's tried these, let me know in the comments down below. They do have a couple of different flavors of them, but for $2.98 I think I'm gonna pass on them. So one of my favorite savings tips is getting blocks of cheese instead of shredded cheese, because I do have my KitchenAid, so I like to shred my own. But it saves me on wanting to do like the little blocks of cheese or slices of cheese for my daughter for her school lunch. I can just chop it up, and I feel like the savings compared to a bag of cheese is so much. So tip number 3 is to shop seasonal. Since we are at Walmart, their canned items are usually as low as they can go, but different stores like Kroger and HEB will definitely have savings on canned items for Thanksgiving or Christmas, and this is the perfect time to stock up. So we are here at Kroger, and we are just going to see on how much their canned items compare right now to Walmart. As you can see, some of the things that we would typically use for Thanksgiving, like 99 cents on the green beans, mixed vegetables, the beets. I don't eat beets, but my mom does, so shout out to mom. So 99 cents on those. So some other items that are more of like the seasonal Thanksgiving options are on sale a little bit cheaper than compared to Walmart. So tip number 4 goes hand in hand with tip number 3, and that is checking your local listings. So for me, I live in a pretty small town. My Kroger and my Walmart are right across the street from each other. Like, I could walk to Kroger and be there in maybe 5 minutes. And I know this is not the luxury for everybody. Some people are 45 minutes from the next store, so it just doesn't make sense to them. But I would just say, look at your local listings. There are things to compare between Walmart and Kroger. Sometimes Walmart is cheaper on a lot of their items, but they don't have some of the perks that Kroger has, like the fuel points, the coupons, the weekly ad. So just look between the stores that you have in your town and see which is the cheaper option. Along with what we said on the savings, so as soon as you walk into their Kroger stores, they have their little weekly ads. So if you're having people over for a party, they have the salsa and guacamole right now for mix and match, buy one get one free. So I think that is a good deal. And then they have usually all their meat and things on the back side. And my Kroger usually has a whole section over here for discounted meats. So these pork chops or these beef tri-tips are really good. So if your store has this is definitely a great way to stock up on discounted meats. Now I do think that we should take a quick second to talk about the places that I avoid in a store. So definitely when I'm trying to save money, I avoid this whole middle section along with the chip aisle. Yes, it's nice to have a snack every now and again, but I find myself falling for the buy 4 more for $1.99 stickers and ending up getting way too many chips that get eaten a little too fast. So if I'm really trying to save money and stick to a very strict budget, if I can work the budget into having some chips, I'll work it in. But if not, then I try to avoid the little snacky items. So my Walmart does have a small section for like clearance item things. For me, they put it on the same aisle as the candy aisle for Halloween or all like the seasonal items. So let me just show y'all that. Sometimes it has some decent savings, and then sometimes it's like, I don't know why this is over here. A lot of medicine down here, and then a lot of candy up here, and it is always different. Sometimes the savings aren't the greatest. These Kinder Joys are $4.50, originally $4.98. So you just have to watch yourself over here, because I could definitely stock up on all of this for Halloween, but it really wouldn't be that big of a savings. And again, as much as I love the little savings caps and savings aisles, if I am on a very strict budget, I will avoid this area because I don't really need most of it, but having that savings sticker on it does kind of make it enticing. So be very cautious when it comes to these little savings caps. Now, before we head to the store and put any of these tips into motion, my number one tip would be create a meal plan. I have made so many videos just off of meal planning alone. You can check those out in the link down below. Either reverse meal planning by going into your fridge or your freezer and basing your meals off of that, or by simply sitting down with your family and seeing what they want to eat will save you so much money. And make sure you eat those leftovers. I hope you guys enjoyed all of these tips, and I will catch you next month for Croctober.